Hello people, this is Eric Cobra and this is Sacrifice, suggested by Riston as a way to pave the way for future LPs while I wait for some money to trickle into my bank account. So yeah. So we got Doctor Who-ish tunnel of stuff and a menu here. So let's just... turn down the music a bit. That's usually necessary. So yeah. It's apparently a strategy game and it's weird, and that's what I got to know about it. I bought it on Steam if you want to play it. Tutorials? Well, that would probably be a good thing, I imagine. Huh. The basics. Okay, is this some sort of bug?
Greetings, O Acolyte of Persephone. I am a humble homunculus sent by the goddess to instruct you in the ways of mysticism.
Good for
First,
you!
You need to know how to move around. To run forward, press the W key. To run backwards, press the S key. Click on Continue when you are ready.
Well, how do I control the camera? There.
To turn to the left, press the A key. To turn to the right, press the D key.
Okay, that's how I circle around.
I will meet you by the road up ahead when you are ready to continue. Oh, one additional thing, Master. If you ever forget what you are supposed to be doing, you can bring up your mission objectives or a speech history in the game options menu. Hit the Escape key to bring up the options menu, and then select either the Objectives or Speech History buttons.
Okay. So what am I controlling? Was it an insect? I'm not certain.
Let us discuss how to look around. We call that camera control.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
You can zoom the camera in and out using the mouse wheel, or you can use the plus and minus keys on your keyboard. Why don't you give it a try?
Oh, that's simple enough.
You can also zoom in and out by placing your cursor to the extreme top or bottom of the screen.
Oh, okay.
When you've mastered zooming, meet me up the road and I'll teach you something even more exciting. Remember, to find me, just follow the brownish dirt road.
As opposed
Even when
to
I'm
the
not with you in
yellowish dirt
physical
road?
form, I will be surveying the battlefield for you. I can see you and your troops at all times. Great, I will meet you at the ruins up ahead. They are off to the side of the road, so you may need to search the area to find them. You can look side to side by moving your mouse cursor to the extreme left or right edge of the screen.
Whoop. Let's get a look at this thing. Yeah, I don't know how to describe this thing. Some sort of bug, man? Any case, ruins.
You can look in any direction by holding down the middle mouse button and dragging the mouse.
Oh.
If you do not have a middle mouse button, then you can hold Control and use the left mouse button instead. By the way, when I say Control, I mean the key labeled CTRL on your keyboard. Bet you didn't know mysticism was so technical, did you?
No, I'm quite used to this, in fact. So, ruins.
Having trouble finding me? Let me illuminate my position with a column of light. The gods will often use such tricks to let you know where things are located.
Well, that's nice. Oh, that's a ruin? I expected some walls, some toppled towers, not...
You found me. Good job. Now,
The site
let's
of
talk
Jesus
about the
Christ's
mini-map
death.
located in the lower
What?
right portion of your screen. A lot of information about your surroundings can be gleaned from this mini-map. You see that oblong white shape in the middle? That's you. Go ahead and turn yourself in place. Notice that the map always orients itself in the direction that you're facing.
Familiar? Just, you said to meet me I had to meet you at the ruin, right? No, this ain't the ruin. It's a giant clam with a crucifix on top. How's that a ruin?
Sometimes you will need to see a larger or smaller portion of your surroundings. This is accomplished by zooming in and out on the mini-map. To zoom in, place your cursor on top of the mini-map and hold down either the middle mouse button or Control and the left mouse button. Now move your mouse upwards. Zoom in until you can clearly see a green dot in front of the shape representing you on the map. That green dot is me.
Hooray.
Other creatures will appear as a dot in whatever color is assigned to their side. You can gain more information on just about anything on the minimap by placing your cursor on top of it. Things that belong to your side, such as creatures and buildings, will sometimes appear near the edge of the minimap as small arrows. Hold your cursor over the arrow at the edge of the minimap. You will see that this arrow is showing you the direction in which your altar lies. Now, to zoom out, place your cursor on the minimap and hold down the middle mouse button or Control and the left mouse button. Move the mouse downward with the button held down and you will zoom out. Keep zooming until you see a ring-shaped icon on the minimap. This icon represents the actual position of your altar. Major structures such as altars are depicted as icons that differ depending on what type of structure is being represented. That is all for now on the subject of mini-maps. Return to the road and keep following it. I will await you further along.
You do that. So, shining ray of light. Let's check it out.
Now you will learn the very basics of casting spells. In the lower left corner of your screen are 3 tabs representing your spell books.
Creation, spells, and structure spells.
Below these tabs is a row of icons representing the spells contained within the currently open spell tab.
Speed up, wrath, heal.
Currently, the only active tab is your general spell tab. This is the middle tab. Make sure this book is open by left-clicking on it.
Way ahead of you.
You should see 3 spell icons on the bottom row. Hold your cursor over an icon to gain information about that particular spell. Select the spell Heal from the spell list by left-clicking on its icon. Your cursor should now change into a targeting cursor. Place the cursor over yourself and left-click to cast the spell. The Heal spell is very important to use properly in battle, so you may want to practice it a few more times. When you feel you have mastered it, come talk to me. Invalid target. Invalid target.
Oh, wait, wrong one.
Bethod Mastadoc Bovus.
Yeah, that's simple enough.
Enemy sighted. Your spellcasting seems to have attracted a locust. I wonder what he's doing here. Well, he is the perfect target practice for your spellcasting. Select the spell Wrath from your spell list and target the locust.
That's a locust?
Ferox.
That shows him. Notice that ghostly figure rising from the dead locust? That's its soul. Don't worry about souls just yet. We will discuss them later in your training. Continue along the path and experiment with your other spells. I will meet you in the village up ahead.
That's a locust? That doesn't even vaguely resemble those. Keep wanting to use the right mouse button to control the camera. Force of habit. So yeah, at least the village.
The speed up spell is very useful when traveling great distances.
Alright, time to speed up.
These fellows here are peasants. Persephone will say they are the heart and soul of Elysium, but they are just a bunch of frightened fellows who can't fight, if you ask me. You see the way they fawn over you? If they like you, they may even follow you around, hoping you'll protect them, I guess.
What species are these guys? Like vaguely orcish, goblinish, something like that?
If you seem like a threat, they'll probably go running. Can't blame them. Aside from the occasional friendly wizard, that's the only defense they have. You will meet a wide variety of creatures in your travels. Not all of them as harmless as these peasants. Keep your eyes open. Sometimes a creature will want to talk to you. If I think they have something important to say, I'll point them out. In any case, your cursor will change to look like a mouth when you point at a creature who has something to say. Now, when you see this, simply walk near them and they'll begin to speak. That's all for your first lesson. Feel free to explore this island all you like, but when you're ready, find the nearby portal and it'll take you to a new island. Then, I'll teach you all about combat.
Okay. Seems like that guy wants to talk to me. Well, let's talk to him.
I could have been a mystic too. Except I'm no good with magic.
Yeah, I can see why that would be a problem.
Damn Flam Master Doc Gaza.
Oh, you want to
There
talk?
are other gods to worship, but Persephone's the best. Just look at how beautiful it is here.
I'll take your recommendation into consideration.
Kalpa Wodan Bethud Kaza.
It's freeing game data. Huh.
Welcome to the second portion of your training. This time we'll talk about combat. Remember that although you are a master of magic, you aren't the toughest in a fight. If you wade into the middle of combat, you're likely to end up on the wrong side of a troll's fist. To keep watch over a battle and support your troops with magic, it is always best to stand back from the main conflict. A good commander knows when the time is right to join the fray and will only do so when his presence will win the day. Why don't you follow me? Persephone has provided some of her creatures for your training.
Okay. What we got here is,
Here we have the creatures Persephone sent us.
Huh.
I am yours to command by order of the goddess.
Yes, well, he seems very eager. Why don't you left-click on him to select him?
A druid.
Yes,
Very good. Now, take a look at the druid. You see the triangle and two bars floating above his head? That triangle represents your unit color, and the two bars represent his health and mana.
Yeah.
Notice that two icons have appeared in the area on the left side of your screen. The icon in the larger area represents this druid that you have selected. The icon just to the right is for any special abilities that your selected creatures have.
Yes, my lord?
In this case, the druid is able to create a magical shield around himself. Go ahead and left-click on the life shield icon to command the druid to use his ability.
Oh, okay, there. What does it do?
Now he is much more resistant to harm.
Oh.
Notice that when he activated his ability, it used some of his mana. We will learn about regaining mana in a later lesson.